Hey everyone, welcome to English 1301, the 8-week course. So please make sure that that is what you thought it was. We're going to be going through all of the 16-week course, usually 16 weeks for 1301 in 8 weeks. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but you can do it. So what this video is going to serve as is just a brief overview of what the class is. We'll go through the syllabus very quickly. We'll talk about these links that are over here on the left side of Blackboard, as well as some key things that you should know. So, my name is Professor Heaton. In office hours or emails, you can refer to me as Professor Heaton, Mr. Heaton, Heaton. Either of those is fine. So that's my office. You shouldn't be in my office. In fact, I think they're like tearing it down soon. This is my email address if you need to contact me via email, which is perfectly appropriate. And my office hours, which you'll be able to contact me through Google Hangouts, which I'll explain a little bit more in upcoming emails, is between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you are unable to meet me during those hours, please let me know, and I'll schedule something where we can work that will work better for you. Okay, course description. For this course, our goal is to develop sophisticated ideas and communicate them effectively. That's it. We want to learn to think original thoughts as well as critical thoughts, and we want to be able to write those out in a way that's persuasive and meaningful. And the way we're going to do this is by examining all sorts of different kinds of text. And I use that word text very loosely, so it's not just boring old articles that I'll assign you. It's also things like podcasts and short stories and films and social media posts. There's all sorts of different things that we can use to examine, to discuss. And lots of times, these posts and texts and ideas, they're going to be things that might ruffle your feathers a little bit. They might be offensive. They might be shocking. And that's okay. This is not some effort for me to brainwash you to think a particular way. It's for you to think critically about these ideas and respond to them. If you vehemently disagree with an idea and it drives you crazy to where you want to rip your face off, awesome. That means that writing a post in response to it should be really simple because you have so much passion invested into the idea. So once again, don't let any of these ideas threaten you. If we can't talk about particular ideas that ruffle your feathers or challenge you a little bit in college, then where else are we going to do it, right? Okay, so objectives and outcomes. You should be able to demonstrate a knowledge of individual and collaborative writing processes, develop ideas and give them support and attribution, write in a style that's appropriate for your audience as well as your purpose, what you're trying to do. Read, reflect, and respond critically to all kinds of text. I have sneeze. And lastly, use edited American English and academic essays. So there's no required text for this course that you have to buy. I'm going to make everything available through links. We'll be reading out of They Say, I Say, which is kind of like a textbook that gives you templates and different ideas to help improve your academic writing. It's really cool. It'll all be available online. So, grades, what everyone wants to know. This one is going to go fast. You got to stay with me. And you also got to realize that in 8 weeks, there's not a whole lot of time for us to get a ton of grades in. So each grade really, 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 really matters. You can't blow them off. So your final grade will be totaled on a 100-point grading system. So each point you earn directly corresponds to a percentage point. Okay? I don't accept late assignments, so everything that you do has to be submitted on time. That's critical. It's so important that you get it in on time. Please note that if an assignment that you submit to me, you get full credit, chances are you're probably not going to have a whole lot of comments, if any comments, about how to improve it. If you did not receive full credit, you're probably going to have a couple comments from me about what you can do to improve that grade in the next assignment. So each week we will have 5 discussion boards. Well, not each week. Weeks that we don't have a major grade, we'll have a discussion board post. And what this entails is you responding to one of the texts critically with the template that I'm going to give you, as well as responding to 2 classmates. So you'll have 2 comments in the discussion board as well. If you've done both those things, you'll be in pretty good shape. Okay, so make sure you're doing those. We're going to have 5 of those that are worth 10 points apiece, which is 50% overall. Are you mathing with me okay? Then you'll also have 2 essays worth 25 points apiece, which will total another 50%. So 2 essays, 5 discussion board posts. Okay? absence policies that are actually closely linked to the grades. So you're allotted to miss 15% of class, which for this class would be very, very difficult if you did that. If you miss more than 15% of class, I'm entitled to drop you from the course, which I have no plans on doing, unless for some reason you just have never logged into the course, and I can see when you log in. If you're ghosting me, you're not responding to emails, you're not submitting anything, only in those types of situations would I consider dropping you from the course. If you're keeping me in the loop, even if you didn't submit something and something's going on, just keep me in the loop, email me, let me know what's happening, and you'll be just fine. Okay? Along those lines, with absences, the way I do absences is if you are able to submit your assignment on time. So that means whether it's an essay or a discussion board post, along with the 2 comments in the discussion board post, you will be counted present for the week. If for some reason you don't submit the assignment, or you don't submit the discussion board, or the 2 comments, then you will be counted absent. Now, inevitably the way this works is that I'll have the students submit their discussion board posts, but they forget to do their comments, or they submit the discussion board post and 1 comment, meaning they're missing another comment. And they'll email me and they'll say, Professor Heaton, I got an email saying that I was counted absent. And I'll say, well, chances are you probably forgot a comment. And the student will say, no, I did my comments. And I'll say, okay, well, just check and see. And then I'll get an email back that says, oh, I didn't. And I'll say, yeah, I figured. Don't let that be you. Submit your comments on time and don't give yourself all that extra stress and save me some angry emails. That'd be really nice. Okay, sound good? Submit everything on time and you'll be peachy keen. So here's a list of dates that you can look at in terms of refunds for class. Disability support services. If you need any type of accommodations, make sure you set up an appointment with student accessibility resources that can help you out. Other important information, I'll let you read over that, has to do with Title IX. And here's our syllabus. So for our syllabus, we're going to have 3 units. We'll have analysis, to where we're essentially investigating arguments and determining what an argument is and what's the evidence supporting it. We'll have another unit about evaluation, where we're looking at arguments and making qualitative assessments about them, making judgments, how good was the argument, where can they improve, things like that. And finally, we'll have our creation unit, where you are building your own argument using all the skills that we've used from class. So you'll notice there's 3 columns here. We've got dates that show you when things occur, the text, the things that we'll be focusing on, as well as the assignment. And that's pretty much it. There are no tests, there are no pop quizzes or anything like that. So it's all pretty self-explanatory. My goal is for you to have as little stress as possible as we're going through all of this. You'll know when all the grades are coming up. You can see everything right there. So just know that that's what's going to happen. And just to cue you in a little bit more, the way this is going to work, to start each week, I'm going to email you on Monday at usually around 10 o'clock in the morning. So that'll be on January 19th, January 25th, depending on when you're seeing this email. You might have different dates for your class, which is fine. On the first day of that week, I will be sending out everything. Resources, videos, text, assignments, directions, everything I will send out on Monday in an email, and you have to explore all those resources, and you're responsible for completing all that week's work by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, which is always going to be the last day of the week. Okay? So you'll get the information the first day. You have the whole week to complete it. There's no live class meetings. There's nothing that's done on my time other than the start of the week and the end of the week. Everything else is done at your pace, which is awesome. It provides a lot of flexibility, especially for those of you that are parents and that are working. This is all done on your time. That also means that the responsibility is on you to succeed, because I don't really have much contact with you other than the Monday email, and I also email everyone on Thursday in what I call the midweek check-in to see how you're doing and to give some helpful tips on how to complete the assignment. Other than that, you're going to interact with me through office hours if you need assistance. So it's on you to succeed. Okay? Sound good? Good cheese? All right, so for helpful links over here, the announcements are right here. This is what I'll send everything out in. That you see. So like for the intro, you'll see emails like this. I like my GIF game is on point, and I love Schitt's Creek. Do you like Schitt's Creek? So I'll send out directions through announcements. You'll also be able to see copies of the weekly assignments and directions in the lessons tab as well. Those will be there. But this is where I'll send out everything that you'll be able to access. The syllabus we just looked at. On the lessons tab, you can't see these right now, but there's different weeks. You'll click on each one of these weeks, and then I'll give you all the resources, directions, text, assignments that'll be in those folders, and those will begin to populate as we go throughout the course. Also, there will be an introductions tab that's there as well very shortly. So please make sure that you click on the introductions tab and follow the directions and let me know a little bit about you and give me a picture of you if you feel comfortable doing so. I'd love to associate a name with a face. That'd be really cool. Also, I'll be populating this with different links as well for helpful links for online learning, different resources you can use for MLA, things like that. Okay? All right, so just to highlight, let me go back to the key things that you should know. I'm going to send you an email on Monday with all the directions, assignments, things like that. Everything is done at your own pace. You have until Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. to turn everything in. Everything is entirely online on the course. Your attendance is based off of your on-time submission of assignments. You don't have to purchase a book for class. Make sure to complete your introductions posts on the discussion board page and a couple comments on your peers as well. And office hours would be between 12 to 2 on Google Hangouts. Okay? All right, that's all I got. I will see you all again when class begins.